When I first played Red Dead Redemption 2, it was Christmas break of 6th grade. I had got it as a gift from my grandpa, who himself had heard of it from his friend's son. He built a shop for his boat and made a little attic upstairs for me to stay in. But the heat hadn't been running, and it was only 2 years before the big freeze that happened in Texas. I was shaking up there. Undeterred though, I inserted the first of 2 discs and began the multi-hour installation process. This was by far the biggest game I had ever seen up to this point, and the hype I saw online was absolutely off the charts. Finally, as the game finished installing after hanging on 99% for what felt like half of the install time, I got to play Red Dead 2 for the first time. Still freezing, I bundled up in a huge comforter as I attempted to cover every part of myself and still play. Opening up to the freezing cold expanse that you're seeing now is a once-in-a-lifetime experience I wish I could go back and relive for the first time. Even on a base model PlayStation 4, the game was absolutely stunning in ways I didn't know a game was capable of. It was the most immersive gaming experience of my life. Honestly, one of the most immersive experiences ever to me. In the freezing cold Texas country, under a warm comforter, on a long break from school, with as much time to enjoy this masterpiece as I could ever hope. In this short trip to my grandfather's, I managed to progress all the way until Sean's death and the burning of the Braithwaite Manor. At this point, I was hooked on the story, but because the game was on the PS4 at my grandpa's, I wouldn't be able to touch it for months. Eventually, I would cave in and buy the game again for my Xbox, and this time progressing through the game much quicker than before. Having to play half the story again would suck for most games, but time flew so fast I was back into new content before I knew it. At this point, I didn't take my time with the game, and just went through trying to experience all of it that I can. I have faint memories of Arthur getting tuberculosis, Molly O'Shea's death, and the death of Arthur and taking over of John in the finale of the game. At this point though, I was still so young, maybe about 12 still, might have turned 13, but I still wasn't able to truly appreciate the game for how good it was. If anything, I was annoyed at the reset and didn't play anymore after switching to John, which in retrospect is an experience I hope was only shared by those too young to appreciate the game. As I would later learn, taking your time to immerse yourself in the world of the game as your character is an experience you can only do for the first time once. I went on living my life thinking I had played through Red Dead, and around 6 months back I played through GTA 5 again, wanting even more Rockstar. I thought it was finally time to play through the first Red Dead Redemption. I had managed to avoid spoilers, and thinking back on those warm feelings provided by the prologue of the second game, I knew I had to give the game the time of day it was worth. Now, I had played this game for a number of hours before this, but once I unlocked the elegant suit and was able to cheat at poker, that was where the rest of my time went. I was a Black Ops 2 Zombies kid, so most of my time was really going there around then. Finally giving the game a real chance though, I was immediately hooked. Vaguely remembering story elements from the second game, I was even more hooked on the first game than someone would have been on its release. Everything about the game was fun, and parts were even relaxing at times. The darker, gritty themes and overall vibe presented by the story and its side missions was super charming, and the classic Western cowboy feel was the most I'd ever felt before, especially with characters like Landon Ricketts around. The way the greater story connected deserves props in itself. Even the pacing felt immaculate. From having this big bad base of Fort Mercer, to playing both sides of a revolution in Mexico, all the way to the final moments of Dutch van der Linde. And after that, you're finally free. You get to see your family again, even go on missions with them, and all seems well. And you could very well stop progressing the story here. Stay, and let John enjoy the waning days of the Wild West with his family. But that's not where John's story ends. Outlaws don't get to ride off into the sunset. As you keep playing, you'll eventually find yourself against the US Army and Pinkerton's combined forces, and after the heartbreaking death of Uncle, you will be forced to make Jack and Abigail ride off before finally facing the ghost of your past sins head on.
Jack, darling, get on this horse. Get out of here. Go find a place to hide.
You're coming with us, Paul.
I'll catch up. You keep riding and don't look back. And don't be worrying about me, you hear? Now get going.
You stay out of trouble, John.
Ain't no trouble, Abigail. Ain't no trouble. I love you.
I love you.
Now go! Get!
As much as there was incredible foreshadowing leading up to it, I did not see John's death coming in the slightest. The second the cutscene started, I was in a state of shock, before quickly being followed by tears. Fighting through them and finishing the mission with the incredible transition to playing as Jack, the tears come right back as the game shows a now rugged gunslinger, 19-year-old Jack, standing above not only Uncle and his father's grave, but his mother's as well. The transition from John to Jack here, I think, is done better than any game ever, including Red Dead Redemption 2. Not only was it so unexpected to me, but it communicates the game's message in a way no cutscene or dialogue ever could, with Jack following in his father's gunslinging footsteps. That's not where the Red Dead story ends either, as there's a set of stranger missions Jack can do which will lead you to Edgar Ross, leading to this incredible scene.
Excuse me, you Edgar Ross?
Do I know you?
Forgive me for startling you, sir. I have a message for you. My name is Jack Marston. You knew my father.
I see. I remember your father.
I've come for you, Ross.
And you, boy, have sure as shit found me.
You killed my father.
Your father killed himself with the life he lived.
You killed him. I saw you.
You keep saying that.
You sent him to do your dirty work. Then you shot him like a dog.
And I'll shoot you like one too, you little piece of trash. Now get out of here before I kill you as well.
I ain't going nowhere, old man.
At this point, I put even more hours into Red Dead 1, before slowly starting to crave the mountain of features introduced in Red Dead 2. Despite fully finishing the story before, I had hardly remembered anything past Chapter 3 and was fully shocked by multiple deaths and major story events that I had experienced before. And so began my third and most recent Red Dead Redemption 2 playthrough. Taking my time to really appreciate Red Dead 2 with a more mature mind for the first time is an experience I recommend to anyone as young as I was upon its release. Taking my time to really appreciate every detail and feature introduced, and the overall expansion and lack of reduction from the first game to the second, really made me understand why Red Dead 2 was so groundbreaking in the first place. Not only is the pacing and placement of so many different stranger, major story, and even side story missions so perfectly crafted words cannot even express the immersion. There are entire optional story missions that you can fully miss out on by not taking your time and fully exploring the world. Multiple missions are only accessible through dialogue choices as well. The attention to detail in this game is unlike any crafted before it. Even getting all the way to Sean's death again, I was still surprised when it happened, despite knowing that it was coming. The deaths that really hit the hardest were that of Hosea and Lenny though.
Your friend? Why would I do that?
Come on, Milton!
It's over. No more bargains, no more deals.
Mr. Milton, this is America. You can always cut a deal.
I've given you enough chances.
Come on! No! God damn it!
There's your deal, Dutch.
What you think?
I reckon me and Lenny try and find a way across the roof, so if you'll come with us.
Sure, go on.
We can get across here!
No!
Dutch, you got Lenny?
Oh, God damn them! We can't stop now, Arthur, or we're all dead.
The story does a great job getting you attached to Lenny through in-game world building and optional side missions, as well as the main story. Watching him get gunned down in front of you in gameplay mode is one of the most shocking moments I've ever experienced, even with it being for the second time. Already appalled by Dutch's choices leading to Hosea's death, this put a hate of Dutch inside of me that I didn't have in any playthrough before. Even experiencing Guarma for the second time was a treat despite how linear it was. Knowing the original intention and scope behind the scenes make it such an interesting second look and gets your brain moving about a Red Dead 3 or a Red Dead remake. Once you get tuberculosis, the story gets really serious. It gives you a different perspective of everything in the world, and when you're attempting to fully immerse yourself, it's something that hits you really hard. Losing Arthur, somebody you would have had to play as for 30 to 60 hours at this point, provides a slow burn that everyone in the game themselves was feeling about the situation they were facing. And being as honorable as I was, there were some scenes that did get to me.
Morgan! Are you okay?
Well, never better. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm on my way down to Mexico. They're finally sending me on a mission. Brother Dorkins is very jealous. What's wrong?
I'm dying, sister.
Okay.
Yeah, I got TB. I got it. Beating a man to death for a few bucks. I've lived a bad life, sister.
We've all lived bad lives, Mr. Morgan. We all sin. But I know you.
You don't know me.
Forgive me, but that's the problem. You don't know you.
What do you mean?
I don't know, but whenever we happen to meet, you're always helping people and smiling.
I had a son. He passed away. I had a girl who loved me. I threw that away. My mama died when I was a kid. And my daddy, well, I watched him die. And it weren't soon enough.
My husband died a long time ago. Life is full of pain. But there is also love and beauty.
What am I gonna do now?
Be grateful that for the first time, you see your life clearly.
Sure.
Perhaps you could help somebody. Helping makes you really happy.
But I still don't believe in nothing.
Often, neither do I. But then I meet someone like you, and everything makes sense.
You're too smart for me, sister. I guess I'm afraid.
There is nothing to be afraid of, Mr. Morgan. Take a gamble that love exists and do a loving act.
All aboard?
I shall try.
I know you will. Goodbye, goodbye, Mr. Morgan. Goodbye.
Sister?
The one that got to me the most, though, right before the end, was your horse dying. I didn't remember it the first time and was absolutely heartbroken.
Come on, brother. Let's go.
Give me a second.
Come on. Push, Arthur.
Thank you.
Arthur!
I cried my eyes out through the whole final fight until the credits. Right before that, though, Arthur looking off into the western sunset was such a perfect ending to a story I invested myself into, and really fits the themes of the honorable playthrough in a way reminiscent of how the first game has an ending fitting of its tone as well. Much like the first game, that isn't the ending either. You take over as John in a less good but still great transition that opens up with some very mundane activities, exactly what Arthur wanted for John. Eventually, John's talents would be of use at the ranch he's working at, and he would return to the elements of the Western life, driving Abigail and Jack away. He would then go to buy Beecher's Hope, and with the help of Uncle and Charles, turn it into a real home. He does bounties for Sadie's to make money for the loan, and eventually, Abigail and Jack come a-coming back. Soon, Sadie will tell you that there's a lead on Micah, and you get the true ending of Red Dead Redemption 2. At the top of the mountain, in a Mexican standoff with Micah and Dutch, Dutch eventually decides to shoot Micah, allowing you to Edgar Ross him as well. Sadie then reveals the Blackwater money is in the cabin, and you now enjoy the between years of Red Dead 2 and Red Dead 1 as a rich man with the piece of your family. Red Dead Redemption has eaten up a good month or two of my life at this point. It's such a great game that there's so little room for improvement remakes could even offer. It's a franchise that will be looked at for generations as way ahead of its time. With such timeless themes and an addicting tone and atmosphere, it's a game that will truly never forsake you. The Wild West is long gone. The Wild West of comedy has been waning for years now. But Red Dead will always be a masterpiece that captures the feelings along the way better than any form of media I've ever consumed. It'll be over 8 years since its release when it's time for GTA 6, and I truly cannot wait to see what direction Rockstar takes things, because they haven't missed a AAA drop in my lifetime. I wanted to play another game like GTA to get me ready for the next big release, and I ended up with an experience I would do anything to have again for the first time. I hope this project can explain the lack of production out of me recently, but I do still have big plans ahead, trust me.